Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not out there, it's in here. Your mind. It's the voice inside your head telling you to quit, the one that makes excuses, the one that keeps you comfortable when you need to be pushing forward. Your biggest enemy isn't the world. It's not your boss, your circumstances, or your past. It's you. More specifically, it's the part of you that won't discipline your mind. You see, an undisciplined mind is dangerous. It's like an untrained fighter stepping into the ring. He's going to get knocked out. If you can't control your mind will control you. And let me tell you, an uncontrolled mind will lie to you. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It can either be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. Every decision you make, every action you take, and every habit you develop is rooted in the way you think. If you don't take control of your mind, it will take control of you. This is why so many people struggle in life. Not because of their circumstances, but because of their inability to master their own thoughts. The mind is like a wild horse. If you don't tame it, it will run in every direction, taking you nowhere. You must be the one to take the reins and guide it toward success. Many people believe that external forces determine their success, the economy, their upbringing, or luck. But in reality, the biggest factor in whether you succeed or fail is what happens inside your own head. When you let negative thoughts control you, when you believe the excuses your mind creates, you become your own worst enemy. You start to doubt yourself, procrastinate, and avoid challenges. Instead of taking action, you remain stuck in the same place, convinced that you are powerless. But the truth is, the only thing standing between you and success is your mindset. If you don't control your mind, it will control you. Your thoughts shape your reality. What you think about, you bring about. If your mind is filled with doubt, fear, and negativity, your life will reflect that. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that success is impossible, or that you don't have what it takes, you will never achieve your goals. The mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant in it will grow. If you plant seeds of self-doubt, you will harvest failure. But if you plant seeds of confidence, determination, and perseverance, you will reap success. The problem is that most people let weeds take over their minds. They allow negativity to spread like a virus, destroying their potential before they even begin. The only way to change your life is to change your thoughts. When your mind is uncontrolled, it is your worst enemy. It whispers lies to you, convincing you that you're too tired, too weak, or too unprepared to take action. It tells you to stay in your comfort zone because stepping out of it is risky and uncomfortable. And so you listen. You give in to the voice of doubt, and before you know it, years have passed and you're still in the same place, wondering why nothing has changed. But nothing changes until you take control of your mind. You must become aware of the thoughts that are holding you back and make a conscious decision to reject them. Instead of listening to the excuses, you must replace them with empowering beliefs. One of the biggest signs of an uncontrolled mind is inconsistency. People who struggle to stay focused, who give up easily, who start projects but never finish them, these are all symptoms of a mind that lacks discipline. The mind naturally resists hard work and discomfort. It seeks pleasure, ease, and familiarity. But nothing great is achieved through comfort. Every successful person, every champion, every leader has learned to master their mind. They have trained themselves to push through the resistance, to keep going even when their mind tells them to stop. They understand that discipline is the foundation of success. If you cannot control your thoughts, you will never be able to control your actions. Fear is another weapon of an uncontrolled mind. How many dreams have been destroyed by fear? Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. It all starts in the mind. Fear is not real, It is a mental construct that exists only in your thoughts. Yet it has the power to paralyze you, to stop you from chasing your dreams, to convince you that you're not capable. But here's the truth. Fear only has power if you give it power. When you allow fear to dominate your mind, you become a prisoner of your own thoughts. You hesitate, you second-guess yourself, and eventually you do nothing. But when you take control of your mind, you realize that fear is just an illusion. It is a test to see how badly you want something. Those who master their minds push through the fear and take action despite the uncertainty. The mind is also responsible for creating limiting beliefs, those invisible barriers that keep you from reaching your full potential. These beliefs are often formed in childhood, shaped by experiences, environment, and society. Maybe someone told you that you weren't smart enough. Maybe you failed once, and now you believe you will always fail. Maybe you've convinced yourself that success is only for the lucky few. These beliefs are dangerous because they dictate your behavior. If you believe you are incapable, you won't even try. If you believe success is out of reach, you won't pursue it. The only way to break free from these chains is to reprogram your mind. Challenge your limiting beliefs, question them. Ask yourself, is this really true, or is it just something I've convinced myself to believe? More often than not, you will realize that the only thing holding you back is your own mind. To take control of your mind, you must become intentional about what you feed it. Just like your body needs proper nutrition to stay healthy, your mind needs the right input to stay strong. If you constantly consume negativity, whether it's from the news, social media, or toxic people, your mind will be filled with negativity. But if you fill your mind with inspiration, knowledge, and positive influences, you will start to think differently. Read books that challenge your mindset. Listen to motivational content that reinforces positive beliefs. Surround yourself with people who push you to be better. Protect your mind like you would protect something valuable, because it is. Mastering your mind is a daily practice. It requires awareness, effort, and persistence. You must constantly guard against negative thoughts, challenge limiting beliefs, and push yourself beyond your comfort zone. You must train your mind like an athlete trains their body. The stronger your mental discipline, the more control you will have over your life. An uncontrolled mind will always find an excuse. A controlled mind will always find a way. The choice is yours. Discipline is the foundation of success. It is the invisible force that separates those who achieve greatness from those who live in regret. Many people dream of success, but few are willing to put in the consistent effort required to achieve it. They rely on motivation, hoping that inspiration will strike every day. But motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind, unpredictable and unreliable. Discipline, on the other hand, is what keeps you going, even when you don't feel like it. It is the ability to push forward despite exhaustion, boredom, or discomfort. Without discipline, even the most talented individuals will fail. But with discipline, even the most ordinary person can achieve extraordinary results. The problem with most people is that they let their feelings dictate their actions. They wake up and decide how much effort they will put in based on how they feel. If they feel tired, they skip the workout. If they feel unmotivated, they procrastinate. If they feel discouraged, they give up. But successful people operate differently. They do not allow their emotions to control their actions. They stick to their plan regardless of how they feel. They understand that feelings are temporary, but results are permanent. Discipline is the ability to show up every single day, no matter what. It is the habit of doing what needs to be done, even when you don't want to do it. Think about any successful athlete, entrepreneur, or leader. What do they all have in common? It's not just talent or intelligence. It's their work ethic. They train when no one is watching. They practice when others are resting. They show up even when they are exhausted. They understand that. Consistency is the secret to mastery. The greatest basketball players don't take a day off just because they don't feel like practicing. The most successful business owners don't wait until they're in the mood to work on their business. They show up daily, whether they feel like it or not. That is discipline. Discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you develop. It is a skill just like any other skill. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. But most people never develop discipline because they give in to their excuses. They tell themselves, I'll start tomorrow, or I'll do it when I have more time. But tomorrow never comes, and there is never a perfect time. The only time you have is right now. Discipline is built in the present moment, in the small decisions you make every day. Do you hit the snooze button, or do you get up and start your day with purpose? Do you choose to work on your goals, or do you waste time scrolling through social media? These small choices determine your future. One of the biggest lies people tell themselves is that discipline is restrictive, that it takes away freedom. But the truth is, discipline is the ultimate form of freedom. When you are disciplined, you control your life. You are not a slave to your emotions, distractions, or bad habits. You have the power to shape your future. Think about a person who lacks discipline. They struggle with their health, finances, and goals because they never develop the ability to stick to a plan. They live in constant regret, wishing they had started earlier. But the disciplined person lives with confidence because they know they are in control of their actions. They don't need motivation to get things done. They have built the habit of showing up no matter what. The reason most people struggle with discipline is that they focus too much on short-term comfort instead of long-term success. They choose what feels good now instead of what will benefit them in the future. They eat unhealthy food because it's easy. They skip workouts because it's hard. They waste time on entertainment instead of working on their goals. But every shortcut they take adds up over time. A lack of discipline doesn't seem like a big deal at first, but over months and years, it becomes the difference between success and failure. Successful people sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term success. They understand that discipline is not about punishment. It is about making choices that serve their future self. Another reason people struggle with discipline is that they rely too much on willpower. Willpower is like a battery. It runs out as the day goes on. That's why disciplined people don't rely on willpower alone. They create systems and routines that make success automatic. They wake up at the same time every day, follow a structured schedule, and remove distractions from their environment. They don't leave their success up to chance. They set themselves up for it. If you want to be disciplined, you must build habits that make it easy to take action. Set a specific time for your workouts. Plan your work schedule in advance. Keep your goals visible so you are constantly reminded of what you need to do. The less you rely on willpower, the easier it becomes to stay consistent. One of the best ways to build discipline is through small wins. Most people fail because they try to change everything at once. They set huge goals and expect instant results. When they don't see progress right away, they lose motivation and quit. But discipline is built through small victories. If you struggle with waking up early, start by waking up just 15 minutes earlier. If you want to start working out, begin with 10-minute sessions. Small wins build confidence. They prove to your mind that you are capable of following through. Over time, these small wins add up and turn into unstoppable momentum. Another key to discipline is accountability. When you keep your goals to yourself, it's easy to make excuses. But when you have someone holding you accountable, it forces you to stay on track. Find a mentor, coach, or friend who will push you to stay disciplined. Join a community of like-minded people who are also working toward their goals. Surrounding yourself with disciplined individuals will inspire you to level up. Remember, success is contagious. If you spend time with lazy, unmotivated people, you will adopt their habits. But if you surround yourself with driven, disciplined individuals, their mindset will rub off on you. Discipline is a choice. No one can force you to be disciplined. You must decide for yourself that your goals are worth the effort. You must be willing to sacrifice comfort for growth. You must commit to showing up every single day, no matter what. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who had it easy. They are the ones who refused to quit. They mastered their minds, ignored their excuses, and stayed disciplined even when it was difficult. And that is what separates winners from everyone else. The words you speak to yourself determine the life you live. Every thought, every belief, and every sentence you tell yourself becomes the foundation of your reality. Your mind is always listening, and it will believe whatever you repeat to it. If you constantly feed yourself negative self-talk, telling yourself that you're not good enough, not smart enough, or not capable, then that becomes your truth. The problem is not that you lack the ability to succeed. The problem is that your mind is programmed to believe that you can't. The moment you allow negative self-talk to take over, you sabotage your own progress before you even start. You are your own biggest influence, and what you say to yourself in private will eventually shape your actions, your habits, and your entire future. Negative self-talk is like a virus. It starts small, just one tiny doubt, but if you let it grow, it spreads, infecting every part of your life. It starts with simple thoughts. I'm not good at this, I can't do it, or it's too hard. These might seem harmless at first, but over time, they create deep-rooted beliefs that shape your identity. You begin to act in ways that confirm those thoughts, reinforcing a cycle of self-doubt and failure. You hesitate to take risks, you avoid challenges, and you settle for less than what you're capable of. Your mind will always find evidence to support whatever you believe. If you believe you're a failure, your mind will highlight every mistake you've ever made. But if you believe you are capable of success, your mind will find proof of your strengths. The key is to take control of your internal dialogue and make it work in your favor. One of the biggest dangers of negative self-talk is that it creates a victim mentality. When you constantly tell yourself that you can't do something, that life is unfair, or that success is out of reach, you give away your power. You convince yourself that external circumstances control your fate, and in doing so, you stop taking responsibility for your own growth. The truth is, you are not a victim of your past, your environment, or your circumstances. You are only a victim of the limits you place on yourself. If you continue to tell yourself that you are not good enough, you will never take the actions necessary to prove otherwise. But the moment you change your internal dialogue, everything changes. Instead of saying, I can't do this, you say, I am capable of figuring this out. Instead of saying, I always fail, you say, I learn from every mistake and get better. Your words are powerful because they create your reality. Every time you speak negatively about yourself, you reinforce failure. Every time you speak positively, you reinforce success. It is not about lying to yourself or pretending that everything is easy. It is about shifting your mindset to one that empowers you rather than weakens you. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who never fail, but the ones who refuse to let failure define them. They do not allow their inner voice to talk them out of their dreams. Instead, they use it to push themselves forward. They replace doubt with determination, fear with faith, and excuses with action. If you truly want to succeed, you must make it a habit to speak to yourself with confidence and belief. This does not mean ignoring your flaws or pretending to be perfect. It means acknowledging your weaknesses without letting them control you. Instead of saying, I'm terrible at this, you say, I'm improving every day. Instead of saying, I'll never be successful, you say, I am building the skills and mindset to achieve my goals. Your words should encourage you, not discourage you. They should push you forward, not hold you back. If you wouldn't say something to a close friend, why would you say it to yourself? You must become your own biggest supporter, because If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. One of the most effective ways to eliminate negative self-talk is through daily affirmations. Every morning, before you start your day, look in the mirror and speak positive, powerful words into your life. Say things like, I am strong, I am capable, I am disciplined, and I am unstoppable. These affirmations might feel strange at first, but over time, they will reshape your mindset. They will reprogram your subconscious mind to believe in your ability to succeed. What you say to yourself every day will eventually become your reality. If you repeat negativity, you will attract failure. If you repeat positivity, you will attract success. Another way to silence negative self-talk is to change the way you interpret challenges and setbacks. Instead of seeing obstacles as proof that you're not good enough, see them as opportunities for growth. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, this is difficult, but I will figure it out. Instead of saying, I always fail, say, every failure is a lesson that brings me closer to success. The way you frame your struggles determines how you respond to them. If you see difficulties as a sign to quit, you will never grow. But if you see them as stepping stones, you will become stronger with every challenge you face. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who never experience doubt. They are the ones who refuse to let doubt control them. They take control of their inner voice and use it as a tool for empowerment rather than destruction. They speak life into their dreams, confidence into their actions, and belief into their future. They understand that their words are not just sounds, they are commands to their subconscious mind. The more they reinforce success, the more their actions align with it. If you have been struggling with negative self-talk, the first step to breaking free is awareness. Start paying attention to the words you use when you talk to yourself. Are they building you up or tearing you down? Are they encouraging you to take action, or are they giving you reasons to quit? Once you become aware of your inner dialogue, you can begin to change it. Replace self-doubt with self-belief. Replace criticism with encouragement. Replace fear with faith. It won't happen overnight, but with consistency, you will rewire your mind to work for you rather than against you. Success is not just about talent, intelligence, or luck. It is about mindset. And mindset is built through the words you speak to yourself every single day. If you want to change your life, start by changing your thoughts. Speak success into existence, speak confidence into your actions, speak power into your future. Because the truth is, your words are shaping your destiny, whether you realize it or not. Mastering your mind is the key to mastering your life. Every success, every failure, and every decision you make is influenced by the way you think. Your mind is like a battlefield where two forces are constantly at war. One that wants to push you forward and one that wants to hold you back. The strongest people in the world are not those who have never faced struggles, but those who have learned to control their thoughts, emotions, and actions despite the challenges. When you master your mind, you gain control over your destiny. But if you allow your mind to control you, you will forever be at the mercy of your fears, doubts, and distractions. The mind can be your greatest asset or your biggest enemy, and the difference depends on whether you take control or let it run wild. People often blame their circumstances, their environment, or their past for the way their life has turned out, but the truth is, the real battle is internal. The way you think determines the way you live. If your mind is filled with doubt, hesitation, and excuses, your actions will reflect that and you will remain stuck. But if you train your mind to focus on possibilities, solutions, and discipline, you will start taking the right actions that lead to success. Every major breakthrough in history, whether in sports, business, or personal growth, started with someone deciding to master their mind rather than letting their mind master them. Success is not about having an easier life. It's about having a stronger mindset that allows you to push through difficulties. The mind, when left unchecked, is naturally wired for comfort and survival. It will always take the easy way out, avoid challenges, and resist discomfort. This is why so many people struggle to stay consistent with their goals. Their mind constantly tells them to quit when things get hard, to procrastinate when they feel tired, and to avoid risks because of fear of failure. But the most successful people understand that growth happens outside the comfort zone. They know that the mind will always try to convince them to stay safe, but they refuse to listen to those limiting thoughts. Instead, they reprogram their minds to work for them rather than against them. They create habits and routines that override the brain's natural tendency to seek comfort, allowing them to stay focused and disciplined. One of the biggest differences between those who succeed and those who fail is mental resilience. People who master their minds do not allow temporary setbacks to define them. They do not let failure break them. Instead, they view every obstacle as an opportunity to grow stronger. They do not waste energy complaining about problems. They focus on finding solutions. They do not allow fear to paralyze them. They take action despite their fear. This kind of mental toughness is not something you are born with. It is something you build through daily practice. The more you challenge your mind, the stronger it becomes. If you always give in to weakness, you train your mind to be weak. But if you push yourself beyond your limits, you train your mind to be unstoppable. One of the greatest examples of mind mastery is found in elite athletes. They understand that their success is not just about physical ability, it is about mental strength. They train their minds to block out distractions, to stay focused under pressure, and to keep pushing forward even when their bodies are exhausted. They do not let negative thoughts take over. They silence them with positive reinforcement. They visualize success before it happens, programming their minds to expect victory. They do not wait for the perfect moment to act. They create the perfect moment by taking control of their thoughts. This level of mental discipline is what separates champions from the average person. It is not about talent, it is about mindset. Another aspect of mastering your mind is learning to control your emotions. Most people are ruled by their emotions. They make decisions based on how they feel in the moment rather than what is best for them in the long run. If they feel unmotivated, they skip their workout. If they feel discouraged, they quit their goals. If they feel offended, they react impulsively. But people who have mastered their minds do not let emotions dictate their actions. They understand that emotions are temporary and they do not make permanent decisions based on temporary feelings. Instead, they develop the ability to pause, think, and respond in a way that aligns with their goals. This emotional control gives them an incredible advantage in life. While others are distracted by drama, frustration, or self-doubt, they remain focused on their vision. Another critical part of mental mastery is eliminating distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, negative news, and endless entertainment are designed to steal your focus and weaken your discipline. If you allow your mind to be constantly bombarded with distractions, you will never be able to focus on what truly matters. People who master their minds take control of their environment. They remove distractions, set clear priorities, and train themselves to concentrate for long periods. They do not waste time on things that do not serve their goals. They understand that every minute spent on distractions is a minute stolen from their success. One of the most powerful ways to train your mind is through daily habits. Your mind becomes what you repeatedly expose it to. If you constantly feed your mind negativity, doubt, and fear, that is what will dominate your thoughts. But if you fill your mind with inspiration, discipline, and self-belief, those will become your dominant thoughts. Reading books, listening to motivational content, and surrounding yourself with driven people are all ways to reprogram your mindset for success. Your daily habits determine your mental strength. If you practice discipline daily, it becomes second nature. If you challenge yourself daily, you become more resilient. Success is not about luck. It is about training your mind to expect and create success. Mastering your mind is not something that happens overnight. It is a lifelong commitment to strengthening your thoughts, controlling your emotions, and staying focused on your goals. There will be days when doubt creeps in, when fear tries to stop you, and when distractions try to pull you off course. But those are the moments when you must fight the hardest. Those are the moments when you must remind yourself why you started. Those are the moments when you must refuse to let your mind control you. The only way to master your life is to master your mind. The question is, are you willing to put in the work?